Are you tired before the day even starts? You wake up at 4 in the morning with your to-do list clamoring around in your head. It might be time for a mental load detox. The mental load is exhausting because it is not just about what you do. It is about everything you are constantly remembering, planning, anticipating, and carrying before the day has even fully started. Before your feet hit the floor, your brain is already churning. You are thinking about all the things that need to get done: the appointments, the work schedules, the email you forgot to answer, and of course, what's for dinner. Hello, Rebel Moms. Welcome to the Life Unboxed podcast. I am Jodie the mom, wife, homeschool mom of 6, and successful mom entrepreneur, bringing you information and inspiration on raising kids, running a business, and keeping your sanity. You can find the episode show notes, Rebel Mom checklist to help you homeschool confidently, tools to make your work from home life easier, and more information at lifeunboxed.blog. Let's get into the show. This is the mental load, and it is not a minor inconvenience. It is the invisible weight of managing life. Not just doing tasks, but remembering them, tracking them, planning around them, and making sure nobody forgets anything important. Which, let's be honest, usually means you do not get to forget anything important. For work from home and homeschool moms, this hits especially hard. You are not simply raising kids. You are managing a house, running a business, teaching school, solving problems, feeding people, and trying to maintain a shred of sanity. That is why you can be busy all day and still feel like you are drowning. You are not lazy. You are not bad at time management. You are carrying too much in your head. The good news is that you do not need a brand new personality, a prettier planner, or a magical 25th hour in the day. You need a mental load detox. That means figuring out what to delegate, what to automate, and what to stop carrying. Like you need to hold the whole world together. So let's talk about what is the mental load. The mental load is the invisible work of keeping life moving all inside your head that no one sees. It is the running list in your head that never fully powers down. It is the constant scanning for what is needed next. It is knowing who needs what, when they need it, and where it is. In other words, it is the behind the scenes work that keeps everyone functioning. Nobody claps for it, but if you stop doing it, everybody notices real fast. It is more than a to-do list. A regular to-do list tracks tasks, but the mental load includes all the decisions, reminders, and emotional management behind those tasks. For example, make dinner sounds simple enough. However, what it actually means is checking what food you have, remembering what you already made this week, figuring out who will complain about what, planning around your evening schedule, deciding if you have time to cook, and then pulling it all together. The same thing happens with homeschooling. Do school sounds tidy and manageable until you remember you are also tracking progress, managing moods, finding supplies, helping one child stay on task, explaining fractions to another, and trying to work in between. So no, the mental load is not just a to-do list. It is the management of the to-do list, the backup plan for the to-do list, and the emotional support for the to-do list. Now let's talk about how the mental load affects your health and work. When your brain never gets to clock out, your body and emotions eventually start filing complaints. You may feel foggy, snappy, forgetful, or fried. You may struggle to focus even when you finally have a quiet minute. You may find yourself getting irritated over tiny things, not because you are dramatic, but because your mental bandwidth is hanging on by a thread. The mental load can also crush your work. You sit down to write, plan, create, or think, and suddenly your brain is juggling 12 other responsibilities. It is hard to do meaningful work when your mind is acting like a tightrope walker juggling all the things. Over time, carrying too much in your head affects everything: your patience, your focus, your energy, your peace. It is not just inconvenient, it is draining the life out of your days. Here are the signs that you need a mental load detox. If your brain feels like a junk drawer, a browser with 37 tabs open, and a runaway train all at once, you probably need a mental load detox. The problem is that many moms get so used to functioning in survival mode that they start calling it normal. One major sign of mental overload is feeling like you can never fully relax because your mind is still managing the next 10 things. You sit down, but you are not resting. You are mentally writing tomorrow's grocery list, remembering the dentist appointment, wondering if you paid that bill, and trying not to forget that one child needs glue sticks and the other one needs emotional support because math exists. Even when your body stops moving, your brain keeps sprinting. That constant on feeling is exhausting. It steals your ability to be present, enjoy your family, or even have a thought that does not involve logistics. Are you productive but still feel behind? You can work hard all day and still feel behind when your brain is carrying too much invisible responsibility. This is one of the most maddening parts of the mental load. You are not sitting around eating bonbons and ignoring your life. You are doing things all day long, useful things, necessary things, important things. And yet, by the end of the day, it still feels like you are losing. Why? Because productivity does not automatically create peace. If your brain is still responsible for everything, you can cross off tasks until your pen runs dry and still feel buried. Start your mental load detox. If you are tired of feeling tired and you want to free up brain space, then start your mental load detox. Step 1, delegate what should not live in your brain. The first part of a mental load detox is admitting that not everything belongs on your task list. Delegation is not laziness, bad motherhood, or giving up. It is called being smart enough to realize you are not a one-woman circus. Some moms treat delegation like they are somehow lowering the standard of motherhood, as if asking for help means they are dropping the ball. No. Dropping the ball is having a nervous breakdown because you insist on juggling every flaming torch yourself. Delegation is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is accepting that your energy is limited and you can't do it all. The easiest way to start delegating is to look for tasks that do not actually require you, even if you are used to being the one who handles them. Ask yourself, does this really need me? Give clear instructions. Expect a learning curve, let people improve over time, and stop snatching tasks back just because they do not do them exactly like you would. Perfection is expensive, and micromanaging is just another way to keep yourself trapped. You can delegate many household tasks to your kids. It is also possible to make them responsible for their schoolwork. Step 2, automate the repeat offenders. Once you stop carrying everything manually, automation becomes one of the easiest ways to lighten your mental load. The best things to automate are the repetitive tasks that steal your attention over and over again. Start with the things you are constantly trying to remember: bills, prescriptions, grocery pickup, auto ship household items, calendar reminders, appointment alerts, email templates, content scheduling, repeat work tasks. If you are repeatedly telling yourself, I need to remember that, that is a clue. Your brain is begging you to put it on a system instead. Automation is not about becoming robotic. It is about refusing to let your brain waste precious energy on things a system can handle. Simple home systems can save your brain from making the same decisions every day. For example, a meal rotation can kill a lot of daily dinner drama. Laundry days can keep clothes from becoming a mountain. Morning routines can reduce chaos at the beginning of the day. If you work from home, your business needs systems too. When your work is disorganized, it does not stay neatly confined to your office. It follows you into lunch, school time, errands, and bedtime. It lingers in your head when you are trying to be present with your family. Systems reduce friction. They help you stop reinventing the wheel. Step 3, build rhythms that help you thrive. A real mental load detox is not just about removing stress. It is also about creating a life that feels steadier, calmer, and more livable. The goal is to create more breathing room. You want your days to stop feeling like they are chasing you. Routines give your mind something stable for each day. These are not rigid, minute by minute schedules that collapse the moment someone spills orange juice or the pasta ends up on the floor. Yes, I may have dropped a pot or two of pasta in my vast experience. They are simple patterns that bring order to the day: a morning routine, a lunchtime reset, an afternoon tidy, an evening shutdown, a weekly planning session. Routines reduce the mental load because you stop redeciding the basics every day. Your brain knows what comes next. Rest has to be part of the system. Rest is not a reward for finishing everything. It is one of the things that makes it possible to keep going. It is not indulgent, it is necessary. It protects your patience, your creativity, your focus, and your health. You do not need to collapse to prove you were productive enough to deserve it. Do a mental load inventory. Begin by writing down everything you are carrying in your head, because you cannot lighten your load if you don't know what it is. Write down the home stuff, the homeschool stuff, the work stuff, the emotional stuff, the schedule stuff, and the random loose ends rolling around in your brain. Once it is all written down, ask yourself what can be delegated and automated. Clear the mental load and breathe again. You do not need to earn rest by collapsing, and you do not need to keep carrying a life that has become too heavy to hold alone. A mental load detox starts with being honest about what's on your plate. Then you begin making changes. You delegate what does not belong to you. You automate what keeps repeating. You simplify what no longer deserves your energy. And you build rhythms that support your real life. Start small, hand off one thing, automate one thing, cut one thing, then keep going. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out lifeunboxed.blog and download your Rebel Moms checklist. Happy homeschooling and working from home. See you next time.